everybody, it is the Zen 2580 and I am here to do a full makeup tutorial, and this is going to be in real time, but I'm going to do it in several different parts. This is part one, and this is going to be me applying, my foundation, my face primer, my blush, my powder, and things like that. And this was highly requested by several subscribers, but it is going to be in several parts, just so that it's not, a 45-minute long video. So I'm going to go ahead and start, and one of the first things I'm going to go ahead and start with, and I'm really excited about trying, is my brand new MAC Prep and Prime Pressed Powder Foundation Primer. And I showed this in my haul, and it is just a white translucent. And I am actually going to apply this with my Sigma F45 buffer brush right here. And so let's get started. I'm going to be applying it all over my face. In fact, I'm even going to do it on the eyelids as well. Even though I do not put foundation on my eyelids, I'm just going to go ahead and put this powder here just to see what happens, because this is my very first time to use this. And I'm even going to put it on my neck, because I will be putting foundation on my neck in this video. And as I said, this was highly requested, so I'm doing it. And it's just a rainy day outside, and perfect day to do a makeup tutorial. Okay, so I have already applied the pressed MAC Prep and Prime Foundation Primer. I cannot wait to see how this turns out, because it is in powder form, and normally I use a liquid such as Cargo or the Makeup Forever high definition primer, but I'm not using those in this particular tutorial. Now I'm actually going to use a concealer, and I have not had to use concealer, as you guys know, since I've been using Muvazi skincare, but I'm going to use the Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. And I'm just going to do this because I know a lot of you do wear concealer, and I'm going to show you how I apply mine when I do use it. And what I do is, because I have a lot of redness and discolorations, so as you can see there's a red mark right here from a pimple that I had. So I'm just going to squeeze a little bit. It does not take much with this particular concealer. And I always sanitize the top after every use, just so you guys know. Put a little bit on that freckle. I'm going to put a little bit under my eyes. And as I said, it does not take much. And then a little bit in the corners of my nostrils, because I have a lot of pink areas right there. I even have a little bit of pink right here. And I think I'm pretty good to go on the concealer. So there's my concealer, and then I'm going to take my Beauty Blender sponge. And this is the only sponge that I will ever use on my face, because sponges will make your pores get larger, it'll stretch your skin out, and nobody wants that. And so what I do is I get the pointed tip of the sponge, and I just go under my eye, and I start blending it in. I love this Beauty Blender sponge. You can get these at Sephora. They even make dupes of them. I know that Sonia Kashik at Target actually has a dupe of this if you, don't have the money to purchase, the actual Beauty Blender, because they can get quite expensive. And so I'm basically just blending in the concealer. And I do it in the corners of my eyes and then under my eyelids. Okay, so now I have on my concealer. Now it is time for foundation application. And I am going to be using my Laura Geller Phenomenal Foundation right here. And I got this at Ulta, and this is in the color medium. And you need to have a good foundation brush. So I'm going to be using this foundation brush right here. And I'm going to apply it. And I put about this much right here, and that will cover usually one entire side of my face. So you want to go in a downward stroke. You do not want to go in an upward stroke when applying foundation. I've had several makeup artists do my makeup, and I'm not a professional. I just want to say that right now. But from doing foundation applications from several makeup artists, very famous makeup artists in my past, you always want to go in a downward stroke, and you can do sideways, but never go in an upwards stroke because the product is going to go straight into your pores and it can cause breakouts. Okay, now I'm going to apply a little bit more for my forehead. And I always do like sideways and then down on the forehead. I'm going to get in the middle here in a downward motion. I'm also going to go in a sideways downward motion over here. Now I'm going to get the other side of my face. And I just love foundation brushes instead of an actual sponge because you save so much product with your foundation, especially if you use expensive foundations. You save at least 50% of the bottle or tube of foundation by using a foundation brush. Plus, you're not going to stretch out your pores by using a sponge. And you never want to use your fingers, or at least that's my own personal opinion, because by using your fingers, you know, you have bacteria on your hands and germs, and that could also clog your pores. And I have found that I don't get a very, very even application if I've tried to use my fingers, and I have not even done that since I was probably 17 years old. Some people like to do it, and that's their own opinion and their own, you know, own way of doing it. But this is mine, and everybody wants to know how I put my makeup on. And so this is just how I personally do my makeup. And you just want to make sure that you get everything, you know, full coverage all over. And I never put foundation on my eyelids, if you have noticed that, and I did that, I showed you guys that in one of my other full makeup tutorials. Okay, so now my foundation is on my face, and now I'm going to apply it to my neck. You want to do, I do it all the way under my, sorry about the noise you guys, I got a door open, it's raining today, it's a beautiful day. So I'm applying it to my neck all the way to where, you know, this area. And so I'm just going to, you know, go in downward strokes all the way from the jawbone down. And not everybody has to apply foundation to your neck. That is just something that I do. It is not considered a beauty no-no. I just do it because I like to do it. And so, okay, I have got it completely on my neck. And if you see a red spot, it's only because I have sensitive skin, and this brush, you know, the redness will go away. Okay, so now I have got my foundation on, as you guys can see. And now I'm really excited to try my new MAC MSF in the color, I just got this last night, in the color Medium Plus. So I will be applying this, and it looks like this. And I am actually going to use my Sigma F45 buffer, or I could use my Sigma large powder. I'm not really sure. Let me go ahead and use the large powder brush. And I'm just going to swirl it in here like this. The product is on the brush. And I am going to go over my forehead, and as you can see the dust kind of flying around. And I just use downward strokes. And this feels really good. I actually like this. I've never tried the actual MSF, you know, powder for your face, but I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far. I normally get the MSFs, you know, in the shimmers to add a highlight to my face. Oh wow, this is really nice. Okay, so now I have applied my powder. Now I am going to apply a blush. And I'm actually going to use the blush that came in this Too Faced kit right here that I showed you in my haul. And it's this blush right here. And this is the color is called Who's Your Poppy, is the blush. Looks like this right here. And I'm actually going to use my Laura Geller double-sided brush right here. And I'm going to use the small end right here to apply the blush. And I always smile when I do my blush, and I always apply it to the apples of my cheeks. And I know that in another video that I did, someone told me, you know, you should never smile or apply it to the apples of your cheeks. But with every single makeup artist, including when I go to the MAC counter and get my makeup done, they always tell me to do this. So that's why I do it. And this is a really pretty color, and you want to sweep up, you know, up into the cheekbone area, almost to your hairline. And you may even want to put a little bit on your nose, you know, just to give you color, and just kind of barely go across your face like this. Okay, so I have my blush on right now, and as you can see, I don't have it on, you know, really, really dark. And then there is a bronzer in this, so I'm going to go ahead and use the bronzer. And I'm also going to use the small end of this Laura Geller brush to apply my bronzer right here. And what you want to do when applying bronzer, and this is just the way that I do it, some people do it in very different ways than me, but I like to go in to my temple very vigorously and follow down my jawbone. You want to go wherever the sun, you know, of course, would hit you on your face. And you don't want to put too much, or your makeup is going to look dirty and kind of weird. And then I'm going to go sweep across my forehead in circular, vigorous motions. As you can see, I know that looked really fast. Okay, and then I'm going to do the other side of my face, starting at the temple and kind of going into, you know, my hairline a little bit and down the side of my jaw. Very vigorously, you want to do that. And then, of course, the sun hits you on the nose. So I'm just going to go down onto my nose like this. The sun also hits you in this area here. So I want to get my chin and my upper lip a little bit. And then, of course, the sun will hit you on your throat. So I just do circular motions down the center of my neck. Just in the middle area. Okay, so now I have my bronzer on. Okay, now I want to do a highlight to my face. And actually, before I do the highlight, I'm going to actually use my MAC Beauty Powder right here. And this beauty powder, basically what it does is these are perfect for fall and winter, or any time of year. And this is in the color Pretty Baby, and I know it looks pink, but this is a beauty powder, and you just put it all over your face. Just to add warmth to your face. So I'm just going to put, it doesn't take much, you just swirl it around. I'm using my F45 buffer brush. It just gives you some warmth to your skin. Now I'm going to do my highlight, and I have the Wonder Woman by MAC, and this one has got, as you can see, 3 colors. It's got a white pearl, a pink, and a brown in it. And I am actually going to use this like pearl color here. So I'm also going to use the small end of the Laura Geller brush, and I'm going to only use this pearl color here. I'm just going to kind of dip it in there. And I like to do my temples. So I go in a circular motion, and then I just do my very upper cheekbone area. So from the temples to the cheekbone, and then sometimes I even like to sweep it under the eye a little bit. I don't apply it all over my face. Some people do, but I have very oily skin, and I just can't put it over my entire face because it would look so shiny and awful. And then I just put a little bit under my eyes. And then sometimes I just add a little bit to my nose. Okay, so I have my highlight on. I don't know if you can see, you know, my camera, as I said, is not very good quality, but okay, so this concludes part 1, because now I have all the foundation and the powders and everything on my face. And stay tuned for part 2, where I will do application of my lips, and I will actually probably do my eyebrows as well. So I hope you enjoyed part 1, and stay tuned for part 2. Love you. Mwah. Bye.